Hey guys, we'll get this show on the road here. Let me get that where it needs to be. And an important thing to always be mindful of is the the location of the keynote. I swear I will get this right one day. Hang on just a moment. Oh, come on. Doggone thing. All right. I'm sorry, guys. Give me just a minute here. I swear. There we go. Okay. What we want to start out with is a very important thing, which is the risk disclaimer, because this trading is risky. All the information that we're sharing is for training and educational purposes. There's nothing or no one on this call that is offering investment advice or financial advice. If you need that advice, seek a professional financial advisor. Sharing is only our personal opinion, and observations are for information only and is being presented for documentary purposes. This information may represent exceptional, not typical results. Members have the option to receive commissions. Your results could be different. Profit amounts cannot be guaranteed. There is a high level of risk involved when trading leveraged products such as Forex, CFDs, metals, and so forth, which are the instruments that we trade. It is possible that you may lose the entire amount of your account balance. Past performance is not an indication of future results. And here, notice that's in caps. Only trade with money you can afford to lose. You should not trade or invest unless you fully understand the true extent of your exposure to the risk of loss in copy trading services. They imply additional risks to your investment due to the nature of such products. If the risks involved seem unclear to you, please seek a qualified professional financial advisor for independent advice. This option is not available to people in certain countries for legal or religious reasons. If necessary, ask your sponsor for a list of excluded countries. And again, never risk funds you cannot afford to lose. And always look to withdraw your initial risk capital as soon as it is earned. We call that de-risking. And that's something that's very important to do. I'm going to get our settings to behave here. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, with that, now that the attorneys are happy, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert Burns. I'm 64 years old here in the Seattle, Washington area of the US, in the Pacific Northwest, where it rains a lot. I'm told it's the same in the UK, and maybe Scotland in particular, where my ancestors are from. I'm married to a lovely woman named Anna. We family, really, because both of us had kids before we met 20 years ago. For fun, I'm into fly fishing and playing the bass guitar. And professionally, the common theme in most everything that I am enthusiastic about is financially related, meaning Forex, real estate, crypto. But today we'll be focused on Forex and to some degree crypto, because you are able to trade that as well, or to use copy trading. But those are things that can generate really, really exceptional returns. There also, again, is risk with that. So it's important to, to really heed that initial disclaimer, because it's important. You don't want to be putting money that you need for the rent or for food or your living expenses. You want that extra money that you're willing to put at risk. And lastly, internet marketing and team building have been really a focal point of mine over 30 plus years. So that's something that I really like doing and try to do as much as possible with that. What we're going to do today is I'm going to go over the credibility and the maturity of the broker. You'll see transparency and performance of the traders. And you'll also see how you can make money in the referral part. If you choose to do that, it's optional. You certainly don't have to do that. But if you choose to do it, it can be pretty cool. So with that, what we're going to get into is we're going to show you copy trading. Again, the solidity of the broker, how withdrawals work. That's a very important thing. And the key idea that we're going to hit on there is this notion of de-risking. What does that mean? What that means is when you have returns coming in, those returns, the more quickly that you can get your money back. In other words, you have your initial investment, your seed capital, whatever it is that you call that, the money you put in, the quicker you can get it back, the better, because that really removes pretty much all the risk. And then we're going to get into some fun, an area that is an eye opener for many if they haven't seen that, which is compounding. So what about the broker? The broker, when I first saw this broker, Robert Russell and I had not met. And what really stood out to me, I was doing research on a whole bunch of different brokers, and this was one that made it to the short list. In other words, without knowing Robert at all, without having any influence from others, I had decided that this, for me, was a really good broker. And then one day I got up and I saw this good-looking Irishman from Donegal on my Facebook wall, and I saw his post, and I saw, that he was involved with this broker and doing something that I didn't know this broker did actually, which was copy trading. And the rest, as they say, is history. I saw that. I was very intrigued with what was going on, and ended up enrolling. And I'm able to do that because my wife and my daughter are dual citizens. They're U.S. citizens and also Romanian citizens. So I manage our account that is in our daughter's name, and we're actually going there in 2 weeks to Romania. She's expecting, and both of us are going to be grandparents for the first time. But this is something that jumped out to me. This broker was a terrific broker, and then I discovered all these other things that they do. But when you look at 4.5 million clients in 169 countries, lots of awards from people that know what they're doing in the Forex space, it's a good sign. It's a good sign that you have real solidity with the broker. It's 14 years old. So this is something that as you explore it, it really has a lot of merit. And the FSC is an organization that is in the country of Belize, where this broker has their licensure. Also, there's a thing called the Financial Commission. The Financial Commission is basically a coalition of different brokers that get together, and they fund an account, which then makes it available to clients of the participants. In other words, RoboForex is one of the participants of the Financial Commission. If there's ever a debate or a dispute about the disposition of somebody's trade, and the client prevails, meaning they can say, look, I didn't like how this trade went, or something happened, they're covered up to 20,000 euros. And that's something that is a nice, it's like for lack of better terms, an arbitration that has coverage up to 20,000 euros. So if you prevail in that, if you're the client, you're able to get coverage of up to 20,000 in compensation if there's something that clearly the broker is at fault for. And it's an independent organization, which makes that much more fair. Now, these are the different instruments that RoboForex is involved with. You see the one highlighted there is Forex, which of course, goes to the name RoboForex. But there's also cryptocurrencies, there are stocks, there are indices. The indices are an area that is of particular interest to many of us. That would include things like the US 30, which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the top 30 US companies, the DAX, the top 40 German companies. US Tech is another one which is popular, also called NAS 100, which is the top 100 tech companies in the US. And those are examples of indices. Forex, on the other hand, might be the difference, is the difference between, let's say, the euro and the US dollar. Forex is short for foreign currency exchange. It's the thing that enables people to make money based on the movement and predicting the movement accurately of a currency. And you can make money here, notably, when the currency goes up or when the currency goes down, if you're predicting the direction correctly. So that's something that's very interesting. A lot of trading things out there, particularly in crypto, don't allow you to make money when the market is going down, meaning it's going short, it's bearish. You can't make money in many different opportunities. With this, you can make money when the market goes up and when the market goes down. And these are some of the other instruments that are available: ETFs, exchange traded funds, and soft commodities, things like coffee, cocoa, sugar, wheat, so on, energies, oil, natural gas, and so forth. Metals is a very a favorite area as well. That would be like the trading of gold as an example, or silver. Those are instruments that are popular for trading. And again, all of the awards that the company has won are they're you can get a good look at them when you go on their website and see exactly what has transpired with the awards that they've won. Now, one of the things that is so compelling with this is the traders. And the traders, for those that are new to this, you have a means of being able to employ, deploy. I'd employ, the minute I said that, I thought maybe that's not the right word, but you can choose a trader to trade on your behalf. So you don't have to have the Forex skill yourself. You can hire that trader. They're independent contractors. You want to have their trading strategy deployed on your account, you can do that. And the significance of that is that they are motivated to do a good job because they enjoy the benefit of having subscribers, us, subscribe to them, and then they make a profit on the profits that they generate. So they create profits for us. They get a piece of that profit, and that varies. We'll show you how that works. But the common scenarios, 30-35% of the profit generated paid on a weekly basis. And the key thing is that they trade on your behalf. You don't have to have the skills in the Forex market to enjoy the benefits of that trading. Basically, you set up your account, you choose a trader, you get together with the person that invited you here, ask them, about which traders they like. You'll get good information on that, and then you can make some choices based on your risk tolerance and your investment profile. That's very personal. And again, trading is risky. I don't want to overemphasize that, but I don't want to de-emphasize it either. So it's very important to be mindful of this, because a lot of people, they'll put a lot of money in and they over risk with their account, and then they, if something happens in the market, it's unfortunate, but it's really important to be prudent with your investment. Now, what I want to show you is some examples. And let me see if I can get my mouse on the screen here. Hang on a minute. Okay. So this is an example of a trader. And you see here, we're using something called MyFX book, and we have the daily return. This is one that has just started recently. But you get an example of the daily return, the monthly return, the drawdown percentage. Drawdown, by the way, what's that? Drawdown is when you have trades enter in the market, there's something called a spread, which is the difference between the buy and the sell price on a given instrument. The spread is a fee that the broker has, and every broker has this. They also, in some cases, charge commissions depending on the instrument. In some cases, charge something called a swap fee. So there's different fees involved. But what happens is when you enter the market, there's the spread, and the spread almost always is not in your favor, meaning when you enter, there's a slight loss. Now, if it goes against you, this drawdown becomes bigger. It's an unrealized loss until the trade closes. But in the meantime, it's important to look at drawdown as a parameter, because in the perfect world, you want to have a good monthly return, a decent daily return, and a low drawdown. That's what you're looking for. Low is good here. Okay. Here's another example. This one is also not real old, but just to give you an example of how some of this works. Here is an account where somebody put in $219.58. Their account is now worth $268.21. They've enjoyed a 22% return in not a long time, in 5 days. That's pretty exceptional. I mean, that's 4% a day. I would not expect that number to stay that high. Okay, here's one that's a little bit more mature. This is a trading algorithm that I think you're going to see. It's one that we're evaluating, and you'll see here that somebody put $900 in this account and has made 21% monthly, 0.63% daily, and has earned $515. So that's a 57% return on their money from January 6th until now. Pretty decent return, pretty smooth line. You know, now and then the yellow lines represent drawdowns, and the drawdown on this particular one has been as high as 27%. So this is one that, you know, you may or may not be comfortable with that number, but there's a lot to like with these two numbers. In other words, you know, 20% a month, 5% a week is pretty darn good. Now, how do you get your money out? There are a variety of ways. The common theme in virtually every account with RoboForex, not virtually all accounts in Forex, in RoboForex, you can retrieve your money and withdraw your money using Visa and MasterCard. So if you use those to deposit your money, so you can use those to withdraw it. There's also other systems, AstroPay, Advanced Cash. These are ones that I'm not familiar with, but they're big. Wise is another method, you know, using Visa, very, very quick, and lots to like about Wise. The other way is crypto. And what has just happened recently, there are many countries around the world that had crypto previously to the EU countries. Ireland and Romania, where my daughter's account is located, just had crypto added, which was pretty cool. All the other EU countries as well. The UK does not have crypto yet, although I suspect that's coming. But you have a means of being able to fund your account and withdraw money with a variety of very popular sources. Now, I want to get into compounding. And compounding is something that when you see it, you know, Albert Einstein basically said, the eighth wonder of the world is compounding. And old Albert was right. When you see this actually unfold, it is an eye opener. In other words, and you see the degree to which, and what is compounding? So you have your account, it's generating a return. Tomorrow, let's say it's a normal week, you have whatever your account balance is on Monday, you make a profit, hopefully. That then is added to the balance. And Tuesday, when your account is traded, it's trading a higher balance, which is inclusive of that profit. And then Wednesday, the profit from Tuesday is included, and you're trading that higher balance. So it's very rapidly increasing the value of the asset being traded, and it works geometrically. It's really, really powerful. So what I want to do is I want to get into this. We're going to do a quick kind of an overview of how this process works, and I want to send you. How many guests do we have on the call, if any? Do we have guests on the call today? If you're a guest, what I'd like you to do is type the letter G in chat. If you're a guest, type G in chat. Okay, we may not have guests on the call today, which is no worries. These are the parameters that are important to look at. The rate, the percentage that you want to use on a daily basis, the time frame, time is always very important, and the initial capital. Those are the three parameters that go into doing compounding. So what I'm going to do is pop over here and go to our compounding calculator. I just sent you this in chat, by the way. So if you don't have this calculator, what you're about to see, you have the link. You can copy that and then play around with this, but I'll show you the basics of this. And what I want to show you is, I'm going to show you on let's say a $2,000 account. And I'm going to pick the percentage that you saw from one of those slides. Let me go back there. This one right here has 0.63% per day. Okay, you can see that right there. And this is a good number. This is a algorithm that is performing pretty predictably. So if you put in 0.66 right there, That's daily. And let's say that you wanted to see what that looked like over a year. Now, here's a very important setting to get this right. If you leave this the way this is right here, it's going to be 7 days a week. You don't want 7 days a week in the Forex market because the Forex market only trades 5 days a week. So you choose no, and these are the days that you want it to trade, not Saturday and Sunday. And let's say for the sake of discussion, you want the reinvestment rate to be 100%, meaning everything earned is going back into your account capital. And the next day, using my example of Monday's profits are traded on Tuesday, Tuesday's profits are traded on Wednesday, and so forth. Daily compounding is the most powerful thing. And guys, great news. It happens automatically with RoboForex copy trading. It happens automatically. You don't have to put the money in there or do some math and do all of that. It's just, it increases in the account. And then the relative position size that the trader is trading, the proportional position size, grows as the account grows, all automatic. And what I just said is a involved process. Typically here, it's not, it's simple. You have your account, as it starts to increase, the trader's position size that is trading your account automatically goes up as your account gets bigger. Okay. So what do you think this is going to be worth? $2,000, 0.66. Let's see in chat. Let's get some predictions. We can have some fun here. Nobody says we can't have some fun. What do you think this number is going to turn into in 1 year? Pop your prediction in chat if you would. $9K. Okay. $15K. $22K. Okay. Ready? I feel like we should spin the wheel here. Here we go. $11K. So we had between Robert and Eric, Robert was closest. Tony was farthest away. 24K. Yep. This is the actual number, guys, right here. In other words, and this is just math. It's a 456% return. When you add compounding to the mix, we started with a $2,000 balance. Look at what happened to your earnings. Here you in May, you made 360, 399, and notice that your account balance has gone from 2,000 to 2,200 to 2,500 to 2,900 to 3,400. So what is the powerful concept here also? It's consistency. Some traders that are out there can have great returns, but if they have a bad day, that can really destroy things in a hurry and put a negative impact. Maybe better to have good consistency, as in the choice of traders. And this is a discussion that we'll definitely get in, to in the Q&A part as to how we're evaluating traders, who we like, who we're less enthusiastic about, and so forth. And just in broad stroke, but getting together with the person that invited you, we can get into more specifics. They can get into more specifics. But check it out. By the end of this period, you started with $2,000 up here. By the end of March, by the end of April, 2024, your account balance is 11 grand. And along the way, you've earned, you're up to, by a year from now, earning $1,381 that month. Pretty powerful. Now, over time, and here's what gets wild. We just did a year, right? What if you did 2 years? And this is where things just go insane because it's geometric growth. Here's 2 years. You went from 2,000 to 61,000 in 2 years. And there's a point at which, one of the things that we've talked about here is the importance of de-risking, right? In other words, getting your capital back. How quickly can you get your capital back? Well, in this example, with this return, 0.66% daily, let's look at the scale here. And when we see $4,000 over here, remember we put in 2,000. So when this has grown to 4,000, you could take your $2,000 out and still have $2,000 in the market, which is you're trading just on your profits. I hope that makes sense. In other words, somewhere between the end of August, and maybe the first week in September. And we can literally look at this weekly if you're inclined to do that. And you can see what the exact, the exact time frame is, but it would be somewhere between, let's see, somewhere right in here. The end of August and the beginning of September, you cross that $4,000 threshold right there. Well, that means that you could take $2,000 out. You now have the return of your initial investment, the return of your seed money, in other words. And that is such a powerful idea, because from that point on, you have completely de-risked your account. You're trading with the profits that were earned, and your other money is, you can do obviously whatever you wish with that. I mean, it's your money. You can invest it further and so forth in other traders, or you can simply remove it and just completely de-risk. So any questions on how this works? If you raise your hand, if you have a question, I can get you unmuted, and that way we can answer the question. But just while we're here, this is an area that people often are not familiar with compound interest. And especially when you're seeing this employed in this copy trading system automatically, what I just showed you happens automatically. You leave the money in and it just simply does that. The magic is you've got to have this consistency of that return. That really is important in the value in evaluating a trader. It can be lower. If you put 1% in here or something like that, it's just insane. I mean, the difference in 0.1% is insane. You want to see what 1% looks like if you're fortunate enough to get a trader that can do that? Let me show you. You put 1% in and you calculate that number, whole different outcome. Just, and then look at this. Just now, you saw 360K there. Watch this, 1.1, just 0.1% difference. We went to 604K. 0.1% difference, but every month that 1.1. In other words, it's consistent with that. So when you see that actually manifest, it's such a cool thing, and it can. We're very, one of the things also that I'd mention, and we'll get into this in the Q&A, but we're keenly interested in getting the right traders as well. If we pick a good trader, that's good for us. That's good for our clientele, for the people that subscribe. If we pick a bad trader, it's bad for us. It hurts our own account also. We don't want that. We don't want a trader that's not going to perform well, because at the end of the day, it's about having happy clients. And if we have happy clients, they stick around and they tend to put more money in the trading, not a big surprise. So, we're making choices on that basis and constantly adjusting who we use ourselves in our own trading. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move forward. I don't see any hands on the air. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the presentation done, and then we can open up the Q&A. So let me get down here. All right. Give me just a second. Okay, so what we have gone over is we've gone over copy trading, the broker, how to de-risk, and then compounding. So these are the key things from a client standpoint. Now, what I'd like to get into, and before I do that, let me just do the important networking concept of book a meeting from a meeting, bam, fam. Monday at 8 p.m. GMT, Robert Russell and the rest of the team are on a call that is at 8 p.m. GMT. It's a class that teaches, and Tony heads up this class most of the time. This is a call that will help you get plugged in, help you get started, get your questions answered, particularly useful for a builder, because yes, you want to know it yourself, but you don't have to have all of the knowledge initially to do that. In other words, you can hop onto the call and you'll be learning as your people are learning at the same time. Very, very powerful thing. Then Wednesday, we have a call exactly like this call. It's intended for people to see a business overview like this one. That's on 8 p.m. GMT on Wednesday. And then Saturday, we do this one. And there's two parts to this one. One is the presentation, the overview, and then we get into the Q&A and how to enroll. And when we have guests here, we can literally walk them through the steps of getting enrolled. If you do have guests coming on for part 2, be sure to get your link to them. In other words, that way we can help them enroll with your link, which is who they should enroll with. If we have guests, make sure to get back to the person that invited you here so you can get their link and enroll with their link. You want to honor the person that, that got you here, because it really is, it's a cool thing. And okay, touched on that. Now, excuse me. I want to get into the affiliate and partner program. And this is a very powerful part of this business. It's optional. You don't ever have to do this. You can be a client and we love you. But if you choose to do this, and I know people that said, oh, I'm not going to do that networking stuff. And then they start to see the returns in their own account and you can't shut them up. I mean, it's just funny. And like, they're telling, and I said, hey, guess what? You're doing the affiliate part. Surprise, surprise. People kind of do it naturally. We tell people about a good movie. This is the same kind of thing. If you have a good experience, you tend to tell people about it. And some of the high points is it's really simple. You've got a link, you get your link to the person that you want to have, engage here. It's simple. They sign up, they register with that link. It's encoded with your affiliate information in it. It works. And let's see, add it to your trading or withdrawal. I didn't even know what I meant when I wrote that. Let me see here. Yeah, okay, I know what I meant. So we have compounding, right? You saw the compounding. What if you could juice up that compounding with further money coming in? And you can. If you get active as an affiliate, you can have money coming in from the people that are enjoying the benefits of this as well that you profit from. You get a piece of whatever the trader charges, and that varies depending on the trader, but it can be 5% of the profits to maybe as much as 50% of the profits, depending on the trader. So it can be pretty big augment to your trading. And then of course that adds to your compounding, and it increases how rapidly your account compounds. Some of the high points: no payout limits. There's daily payments. You can retrieve the money anytime you wish. That said, you can do so without fees on the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of the month. So you want to mark that on your calendar. If you're going to do withdrawals, might as well be on those days, because then you completely get rid of any fees. But if you need the money like right away, yes, there's a fee, but you can get your hands on it whenever you need it. So there's nobody that you have to ask. It's your account. It's your money. You can do with it as you wish. And that's a key point, guys, because there are a lot of companies that have lockup periods with your capital. They say, oh, you can't touch your money for a few months. And then you're putting, like, to put this in terms that to me seem to make sense, at least, I'm willing to take market risk. I'm not willing to take runaway with my money risk. In other words, putting my money in the hands of somebody that's a trading company that may run off with it, I'm unwilling to do. Versus market risk, okay, I'm willing to accept market risk. So that's a key thing to minimize your overall risk. No deal restrictions, no bonus restrictions, 24/7 support, and simple analytics. You can see how your business is doing very rapidly. This is just an overview of some of the key things in terms of how you can earn here. Of course, the daily trader returns, that's your own account trading. Number 2 is that you receive a percentage of your directs, the people that you enroll. You receive a percentage of their profits weekly if you're the one that refers your client to this. You also get a piece of what the broker themselves charges on number 3, up to 35%. You're paid on 5 tiers of compensation, which is, and this one I would frankly kind of dismissive of. And 2 days ago on trading, had a high water mark, which was I was delighted. It was like over $300 in one day, personally, from this. I went, holy smokes, this is killer. And our Irish friend is earning that much more consistently than I am, but I'm going to catch him. I'm going to try. We have a race. And the loyalty program, when you earn, you earn a certain amount of money, you get an additional bonus up to 20%. And I'll show you how that works. So let's look at your own account. Let's say that you have a $5,000 account, $5,000 in principal. Let's say that you make 23%, and this may be higher or lower. We're not, we're not guaranteeing you're going to make 23%, but just for purposes of an example, you generate an $1,150 profit on your account. With many traders, and again, this will vary from trader to trader, but this number right here, 0.7, meaning 30% of that would be, the trader charges 30%, meaning you're receiving 70% of the profit. The 70% is right here, which is $805. So you then add that to your account. You start that next month with $5,805. Okay, there's compounding working right before your eyes. Now, let's say that you do the affiliate part and you find 5 people just like you. They each have 5,000 in, there's $25,000, and it'll be lower, it'll be higher. They're all over the map, depending on who you enroll. I have many people that have very small accounts, $100. And that's fine. You can start with $100 and test the water. Where I am in Seattle, it's hard to get a meal that, take out your significant other and get a decent meal for under $100 these days. Inflation has just been insane. But you'll have people all over the map. I have people on my team that have over 100K in their accounts. And I have many that have under $500, most. Not surprisingly, it's, the price elasticity model. Anyway, let's say you have 5 people that have 5,000, that's 25,000, using the same percentage of 23%. You have a $5,750 profit, those on your team do. Multiply that. This particular trader we were using for this example charged 30%. That 30% is $1,725. Divide that in 2. Again, this trader has that as the compensation to you, the affiliate. You earn $862 that month on your 5 clients trading. Pretty good. And that gets added to your account. If you wish, you can withdraw it and go buy groceries. Up to you what you want to do with that. But these earnings come in monthly. So here is how we're paid on the broker part of the equation, meaning the broker has spreads, commissions, and so forth. It's 5 tiers of compensation, 35% on first tier, 20% on second tier, 15% on third tier, 12.5% on fourth, and 10% on fifth. I'm now starting to get a few here, and I don't think I still have any on the 5th level yet. Robert is farther along. He's been involved longer and now has people hitting his 5th level. I'm just not, he's got a little bit more time behind the wheel than I do. But what's clear to me and what is so powerful in this plan is there are lots of names showing up and I have no idea who they are. A really good sign, meaning it's duplicating. And Robert, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, you maybe can put thumbs up on this. You just went over 500 clients on your team, did you not? Yep. So that's a remarkable outcome. And again, people are showing up that we don't know who they are, a good sign. When you have earned somewhere between 100 and 500 bucks on what I just showed you, there's an additional bonus of 10%. When you've earned over 500, and I'm delighted, I think I'm in this tier now this month, I'll earn 15% because I'll eclipse that $500 number, which means it's 15% of whatever I have earned on the 5-tier part of the plan in my own account. And then you get over 30,000, there's an additional 5% here, and that is just a nice, this is paid monthly, by the way, at the beginning of the month. So just to review what you just saw, it's simple, it works. I just continue to be delighted with what's happening in the growth of my own team with this. And I'm tickled. I mean, just no other way to say it. So if you're interested in moving forward, you want more details, terrific. Get together with your sponsor, get their link, and we're going to show you how you go through the process of enrolling using that link. And what we're going to do now is we're going to stop the recording and get into the Q&A.